Whoa. Oh, I almost forgot to turn on my face. Oh. Oh. Somebody followed. Vesper Lurk? Thank you for the follow. Like 6 minutes ago? Thanks. Give me a second, you guys. Just a second. Okay, here I am. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Celadon, Augersley, Lane, Ditto, Mika. I never call you that anymore. I haven't called you that in over a year. Plushy, Greedra, and Laika, and Ellie.
Spending Big Sis Sunday in the dam, oubliette.
Yes, you will be oublietted. Masson, how are you? Doing pretty good. I woke up nice and early. Had some I had a terrible nightmare. The worst, most frightening, sad, and upsetting nightmare I've had in my entire life. But I feel okay now. It's pretty terrible though. I'm you know, excited to play more of this game. Small Sister Sunday. No, no, can't do this to me. Oh shit, I just accidentally clicked on the fucking locale menu on Windows. I fucking hate Windows 11.
Happy Big Sister Sunday though.
Oh, yes, thank you. You too. Ellie. Hey, Turn Up, how you doing? I was watching your stream earlier when you were playing Monster Hunter. I didn't say anything, but it was quite enjoyable. How are you guys doing?
To one and all.
To one and all. Oh god, why are you oh godding? Oh god. Oh yeah, I forgot. It is Sunday, July 31st, the last day of July. We're entering August. The march towards autumn begins now. 2022, it's 12:13 p.m. my time. We're starting nice and early today. Turnip felled many a beast. You're being sent to the castle again. What the hell is that? Luiska 20 Pock. You know what we gotta do today? I decided we're gonna do this. This is gonna be really stupid, probably. But I was getting really confused, even with my incredible maze brain capabilities last time. So what we're gonna do? Let's see. Window capture. Yeah, this is what we're gonna fucking do, okay? We're gonna make a 3D map. We're gonna make a 3D map of Castle Master in Blender. I'm gonna be updating it. What did I just do? I'm gonna be updating it as we play. Oh, I'm trying to do Alt. What in the hell is this? Why is it doing this? It's acting very strangely. What am I... Like, this is the Blender capture, right? Why is it acting so weird? Very strange. Very strange behavior from window capture right now. Window capture acting a bit sus. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a filter on this. We're gonna put a what is it, color correction? Yeah, and then we want to make it be transparent. Yeah, that's probably fine. No, it's, you can't quite see it. I'll turn it up a little bit. Right. So I'm going to right now just kind of rough out the game area that I can remember. Hi, I just tuned what the fuck. Hey Emily, welcome. Wish we had Maze Brain emote on here. I could just have an emote that's just a maze. In Blender. Okay, so the reason we're doing it in Blender is because I don't have room on my desk for my tablet and my microphone, so it's just a no-go. We can't draw it. So, and the game is 3D. It's a very three-dimensional vertical kind of game. So Are you actually mapping this game out in Blender? Yeah. Yeah. What else would you expect any less? I'm good. I'm glad you watched a bit of Monster Hunting. I was fighting through doing voices anxiety. I liked your funny voice at the end, Turnip. It made me laugh. Alright, so first we're gonna make the walls. The walls of the castle. Well, since the wall itself has often got a passageway in it, maybe we should just leave them as discrete chunks. Let's start with the towers first then. The towers are all rectangular, so we want to scale this. We probably want to take the top off, because we want to be able to see... What? No, faces, not vertices. We want to be able to see into it, like it's a little diorama. I don't know how well this is coming across with the overlay. So then we want to scale this out. Probably this much is enough. We don't need like too much space to make this happen. Scale Y. Yeah, it's a nice square tower to represent one of the corners of the castle. So inside of each of these is going to be a representation of all the rooms and like the shit, you know, that shit. So we want to duplicate this. Put it over here, and we want to duplicate both of these. Move them over here. Now we have the base of our 4 towers. Now we want to add well, we can use these as like the basic shape of the other parts of the castle. So for example, we can just take this and scale it a little bit along the y-axis to make the gatehouse, which is really more of like this big-ish, I think. Don't have to be super precise about it. And then we can take this again, Shift D. Well, let's do it proper. We'll just duplicate this wall, or the corner. We'll go in, scale this down along the x-axis a bit to make the walls, the hallways between the towers. Move that over here. Now I'm gonna try and recreate what I can remember of the game worlds before we get started. Rotate C90, yeah. Oh man, I love Blender so much, you guys. Oh, Bloom Flame Spirit. I once stopped a nightmare by daring the monster to try and scare me. You must be very delayed. I mentioned that right when I came in. Usually if there's a monster in my nightmare, I end up trying to beat it up, but then my punches are completely ineffective, and I just end up feeling frustrated. Rotating default Blender monkey face. Yeah, let's... Hello, Inkuna. Welcome. I might have done the same as an 8-year-old, but with SolidWorks, making game maps. I had developed a response where if something scares me, I get hungry and try to eat it. It's a fun response. Let's duplicate this guy, because there are walls between the guardhouse and the corners. We'll go in, grab this face, and make it a little shorter, because it's like a short hallway between each of them. Alright, so we have the castle itself. Now, what are we going to do about indicating doors? I was thinking we might add just a cube, scale it down, Yeah, that's big enough to be able to see it from a distance. Grab Y, move it like into the intersection. And I think that we want to scale this a bit, make it a little bigger, so that it has more of like a longer shape. Oh, the music's running out. No, no, no. We're gonna restart that music, okay? It's good music for 3D modeling anyway. Now we want to add a material to this. Let's just make it like green for passable material. Oh wait, we can't do that though because that's the material that's assigned to everything. Whoops, edit, redo. We undo the... Just make the default material like white. What I'm trying to do is, we want to make a new material for this guy. No, I don't want to move the 3D cursor, actually. 3D cursor, go back to your default values. Blender can be a little annoying sometimes. Oh, I think that I accidentally duplicated this. How is it? What, Shift, Control P? What is it? Like, how do you... F1, F3, splits? Object. Does anybody remember how... Just fuck it, I'll just delete these and go back to object mode. It's gonna be a little annoying sometimes. You don't keep track of what mode you're in. When you're modeling, you end up making shit in the wrong mode. Alright, so to represent the front door, put this here, we give it a new material. That material is green, because this is a passable thing. Why is it not applying it? We need to be in material preview. There we go. Great. So we know that we have a passable door there. We have a passable door here. We have a passable door here. Excuse me? What's going on here? X. Okay. Passable door here. Why are they all so high up? What is this shit? So, I'm going to duplicate this, move it along the x-axis, and here, and... Alright. Now here's where I'm struggling to remember the exact details of the layout of everything. We have the main courtyard. I remember there was like a hallway. There's like a hallway in here. We had a door that was kind of like... here that went into the courtyards. There was also like a window that went into the tower over this way. And there was the church. I think this is all not to scale. The towers themselves are like way bigger than I'm depicting them here, now that I'm realizing it, because I remember the church really like filled up a lot of space. Are they like Metroid doors? You slowly pass through them as the game moves to the next room. I wish. Music restart, Dave? How refreshing. Yeah, we used to go past the beginning music pretty often, I remember. I've only had my punches work against anything in a dream once, but I was so shocked that it worked. It made me wake up. That's pretty funny. You were just like, oh! So, now, we should also probably depict the wizard's hut, remember? Which was like, over here, whoops. That was kind of like, more, like smaller. Way over behind the castle. And we have There's like The Rock, remember? Dwayne The Rock Johnson outside of the castle over here. Let's rotate that Y, I don't know, X, 90? Yeah. Maybe we should add some text. Text. We take this text. Where's the text, like, where do I fill in what the text is? I don't remember. That's not it. Paragraph? Alignments? Text boxes? Where the fuck is it? Where do I put in the text itself, Blender? I haven't used Blender in a second, so I forget these things. You gotta be kidding me. Where is the... Oh, I put it in edit mode. That's right. You press tab. You use the same way that you edit 3D objects to edit the text. Alright, so 2 caverns. And why don't we... Since text needs to be like visible from a distance, let's make text be blue. We'll make a new material for text that is just like blue. Make it nice and visible. Call this material like text. Alright. That goes to the caverns. Alright, man. There's so much that I'm gonna have to fill out on this map. I'm just realizing it's gonna take so much time. I've already forgot everything I've learned about Blender. It would be fun to learn to use it again sometime. It's a nice program, it's very powerful. You can do so much with it. World of Spectrum has captures of like 4 different magazines, each with a map. I guess it's a very maze brain game, yes. I mean, it's like you have the castle, and each tower has 4 floors to it, plus the caverns, which are some of the most confusing environments I've ever seen in a game. Ever. Very, very confusing. You know, we also need to duplicate both of these because there is a entrance to the caverns that is in the wizard's hut. So why don't we just grab these? I don't even know how legible this is on the capture with the transparency and all. So there's a hole in the wizard's hut that goes to the caverns as well. And there was also one in the church, which I haven't even put on the map yet. Just put it there. I mean, the church is like, we already know about the church. We know all about it. There was like that weird ass like barn, like that series of like barns. Remember that? That was in the courtyards. Let's put that on the map. Scaled that along the y-axis. There was like 3 of them. One of them only had an entrance from the back. So just shift D, we'll just duplicate this a few times to make those barns. There was like the well, which is also leading to the caverns. So we'll just click the both of these, if it will let me. Move this over here to depict the well. Then we add a door here. Door here. Whoops, I didn't even duplicate it. Just grabbed it. Duplicate Y, and there was like a door on the back side of this barn. There was like nothing in there. It was the smithy, remember? There was like nothing in there. I think that there was also a door that leads into the west wall back there, like hiding in that crack behind the barns. We'll just go ahead and duplicate this and put the church on the map just for the hell of it. Great. Sorry if I'm lagging on responding to chat messages. This takes so much concentration. Alright, so we have our basic floor plan. We just haven't filled in the towers themselves because I don't remember the layout of any of that shit. I remember we had the Great Hall here, and there was like that upper walkway above the Great Hall that led to the ledge above the gatehouse. I think that's irrelevant now because, like, we already got that. We don't even need that pentacle from there anymore. Oops. So I don't know. Seems all right so far. I have a Blender problem. I have LVO sphere that had the low default amount of faces, but if I try and increase the amount of faces, it messes up the shape so much. Yeah, you can't really subdivide that kind of thing very easily. I don't know what to do about that personally. Total noob. Only know E plus S strats. I can kind of like brute force a lot of stuff in Blender, but I mean, my skills are pretty limited overall. You can modify the icospheres subdivisions as you create it. Subdividing it later will mess with the shape. Yeah, I think they're just saying that they maybe they've already tried like modifying it, and it's just causing problems at that point. Right, let's make this a little smaller so that we can. There's something really weird happening with the capture for Blender today. I don't know what it is, but we'll just have this like overlaid on the game, I guess, if that doesn't bother anybody too much. Let's look at it from above, maybe we should, I don't know how I should orient this or display it or what. I know that here we had the kitchen, which led to the larder, and we also had Igor's chamber that had a key in it. And then there was like the stairwell at the back that like went up and up. Or was that in this tower? I just can't even remember at this point. This looks sick, thank you. I mean, I need to document where all the locked doors and locked chests and stuff are, because I just don't remember. How can you remember any of that shit? Honestly, incredible. You remember so much of this from memory. I don't know. When we play a very like layout-oriented kind of game like this, where a lot of the game is exploring, orienting yourself, figuring out where things are in relation to one another, I often off-stream, I will just run through the space in my mind over and over again to just get myself like acquainted with how everything is like laid out. I don't know, and also that's just fun for me. Let's get rid of this light. We don't need that. Are you going to share it for anyone else who might play this game? Yo, I might like refine it and see if I can put it on like, I don't know where it would be good to store this. Maybe I could like convert it to images and put it on like game FAQs or something. I could put it on Sketchfab or something like that, maybe. I'm not sure what that would entail. I'm just realizing now that I think that we should probably move these all like further down this way, because that's how the walls are oriented in the game. And I would have to clean this up like a fair bit to feel good about like putting it out for other people to use, but I mean sure, I would consider putting it out. Let's put this up here. And now we have room for the church to go in its proper place right here. You know, have we tried walking around the sides of the church to see what's around there? I don't think we have. I wonder if there's any secret doors or anything. We can probably move the wizard's hut a little bit closer. Just for the sake of compactness. Alright, that seems good. You know, we better save this. Oh, you can't see that dialogue. Where should I even save this? Desktop? No. Up, Blender. Yeah, we'll just create a new folder for Castle Master. And make it map.blend. Save Blender file. Great. Blend swap was the place to post Blender files, I remember. Yeah, but I'd want to be able to make it something where you can view it in a browser or something. Oh, bye Blue Flame Spirit. Have a good day. Someone will 3D print the castle. They may even include the oubliette. Alright, so you know, probably about time to actually get into the game. I think that I won't, for now, I'm not gonna bother mapping like rooms that I've already been to and like that have nothing left, no bearing on anything at this point in the game. Because I just think that it's not worth it, I guess. It's just effort that would be better spent mapping out parts of the game that I'm not as familiar with so that we remember what's in them. So let's... I mean, the music is ending right now anyway. We spent 30 minutes doing this. Blender swap. Oh. Your favorite tags on Danburu. Or Dynasty Reader. Let's see. Alright, let's close the browser. Let's move me over into place. Woo! Make me small. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry about the sort of inattentive intro today, but I just wanted to get this all solved and out of the way before we jump into the game. So let's open the Amiga and select Castle Master and start. Yes, here we are. Why is it displaying like that? Oh yeah, because we cropped it. That's right. I remember now. All right, English. I might lower the opacity a little bit of the map. Filters. Let's lower that a little bit more to maybe like 20%. It's a little bit obtrusive, right? It's like a little bit obtrusive. Makes it kind of hard to see the game. About like that. And even like 5% seems like it's more than enough to see. I hope that that's not like gonna ruin anybody's experience of the game. If it is, I'm sorry. Thanks for the art stream. You're welcome. I'd enjoy more graphy art streams. I've thought about doing it before. Basically just to keep me on task so that I actually get stuff done and like actually work on stuff. Oh yeah, sorry, I gotta turn this music way down. No, because the game was on -12 yesterday. Oh no, sorry Ricky Fernandez. You gotta get out of here, buddy. Oh man, the game's so fucking loud. Try something different.
Apricot Ghost gifted a tier 1 sub to Greedra.
Oh,
this
thank
is
you.
their first gift sub in the channel.
Thank you, Ellie, for the gift sub. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Wow. So excited to hear this again. I mean, I do like it, personally. Pick 2. Our save file last time was 4th, I believe. Little skeleton witch. I wish I had hand tracking right now so you could see my cool dance. Is it still too opaque? It looks pretty, like, really making it difficult to see the game. What are you blushing and covering your face for? Oh, for the gift sub, I guess. Right, well, while it loads, we'll open Blender in the background. And, okay, press any key. Yeah, I'll press the any key. So, we saved our last save file was 4th, I believe. So we'll load our game. Hopefully the save files are still there. Yes. Alright. Alright, so we're in Northwest Tower right now. I think we're on the ground floor. So, Northwest Tower. There's the door into the stair while going to the caverns. So why don't we add that to the map real quick. I'm gonna zoom in. Northwest Tower. Edit modes. Let's just... And this is gonna be so quick and dirty. Like, I'm just gonna duplicate the faces, like, independent of the walls that they're attached to. Let's just grab this. Do it like that. So... Where do we have... oh, I guess that the doorway crossings are outside of, like, the object itself. So let's put this here. Rotate along the x-axis 90 degrees. This goes to the caverns as well, so you want to duplicate that. Put it, like, right above that. Alright. Man, this is gonna be so cumbersome to edit this map while I'm playing the game. But it will be useful. I'm bashful at receiving gifts. Same here. I know the feeling. Alright, so we also have... What was this room? I believe that this is the vault vestibule, so we definitely want to know where this is. I can't remember where this is off the top of my head, so that's important that we put down that this is the vault vestibule. Let's grab this wall, duplicate it, put it like right here. Yes! This music, it's so good. It doesn't stop being good. I love it. Alright. I want to grab a goblin here. It's like here. Rotate Z 90. Grab Y. Alright. We want to have a marker here to remind us that this is the vault vestibule. Let's put vault. That's enough. Great. This is probably not going to be a exactly an exciting stream for most people, I think, especially considering the game and the fact that I'm constantly having to stop to edit this map that's overlaid over the game itself. Music keeps reminding you of VVVV. That game is really fun. Graphic is rotating the world in her brain hard, yeah. It's what I'm best at. Alright, we want to crawl under this. Walk. What's in here? I don't even remember. The guard room that lets us see the treasure vault, right? Oops. So, we don't really need to mark that on the map. It's just not that important. This is making me pog. I am hype. Augurs 29 hype. Augurs GG. You should turn this song way up, IMO. It is a very good song, isn't it? Alright, so I think that what I want to do first and foremost, since we did last time, clear out the catacombs of all the ghosts. I want to go and get those pentacles. Why don't we do that? So, the first pentacle that I think we want to go and get, we can go down the North Passage, which I should probably mark that as passable right now. Oops, pressed the wrong button. We want to mark that as passable so that we know, in case we want to get to some specific place, that we can pass through that north wall. Great. Yes, Graffy, you should play a more interesting game like Nocturne. No, you're not gonna get me that easy. I don't want to play Nocturne. I just don't. I'm sorry. Okay, so this down here is, what does this say? When my face is drained, I stare down open-mouthed. This leads to the hot baths. So why don't we make a note of that on the map? So I don't remember what's on the other side of the hot baths, really. Grab this. Make the hallway like a little narrower. And so we know that we have a passable door here. And we'll just duplicate one of the caverns notes over here to show that this is hot baths, which I think has an entrance to the caverns, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's true. So let's duplicate these and put that over here. There's a caverns entrance in that room. And I think that there might be a stairwell that is like behind the baths, but let's not worry about that for the moment. Alright, great. More shit mapped out. Now, we want to go through this, because the first cavern I think I want to try to go into is the one under the well. So let's try that. Wonder if those hints are just parts of the poem in the manual. It could be. I didn't really look too closely at the manual, or the poem specifically. Let's save before we do this, just in case there's some fucked up dead end or something down in the caverns, because you never know. You really never know with this game. Graffy, but the Incubus, why you like that guy? I like how the doors are goblin green. Yeah. I like that there's so much goblin green in this game as well. Let's crawl into the well. Arg! Walk. Look down to orient ourselves. And hey, what do you know? There's like a flower? What? What does that mean? Alright. Get the pentacle, princess. Yeah, we found one of the pentacles. That's great. We also lost a lot of health by falling down here, so I think we might need to go to the larder after this. Alright, so now we're gonna start the arduous process of mapping the caverns, which is gonna be difficult. This is gonna be really fucking difficult because we don't know how we're oriented right now. We have no idea at all what our orientation is at this present moment. What? Okay, so we do at least know that underneath that there's another level. This cavern's here. Why don't we just, for good measure, take this and stretch it down to here so that we know that's where it goes. Alright, so we're in the cavern room here. The only problem is I don't know which way this is oriented, so I might have to like map some of this and then like rotate it. That's not the worst. So we have a T-shaped room. And then a door. Which leads into a T-shaped hallway. See, this is the part that I really need the map for, because oh my god, the catacombs are so fucking confusing. Right, first of all, we want to edit this to make it T-shaped. Very exciting. What do we want to assume the orientation of this room is? So we can always just like rotate it and move shit around, but this seems... What? Very troublesome. Let's extrude this along the y-axis to make that T-shaped room. I'm gonna delete that face. Great. A T-shaped room. Incredible. What? Why did that just happen? Alright, great. Get this goblin onto the basement level so that we have one that we can duplicate freely to indicate various hallways and shit. And duplicate this hallway. Z. Get it down on this level. As it goes out into a hallway that is basically shaped like that. You don't have to have everything exactly to scale, I don't think. Just as long as we can make heads or tails of it. What if I just put this in wireframe mode? Might make it a little bit less obtrusive, but then we do lose the information of like what is and isn't a passable door, so just put it back to material preview. Okay. So down here, there's a door, and this hallway goes down to another T-shaped intersection with the door at either end. Oh my god. But it's important that we do make sure to map this out, because otherwise we're just gonna be running around blindly, which is no fun at all. Maybe for you guys, but not for me. Let's grab that, duplicate this and put it down here. Duplicate this and put it over here. Rotate that around the z-axis 90 degrees to rotate it. Great. So now we have more doors documented. Now to document where all of these goddamn doors go. The really fun part. Trying to get this all connected. Now, before we go to that T-shaped intersection, why don't we go down here and see what's over this way first. Where does this lead? To another T-shaped hallway that leads to a dead end. Trying to... This is so confusing. So we can just duplicate this. Right. Grab this guy. T-shaped hallways where you assert dominance. There's nobody to assert dominance on. We've already gotten rid of all of the ghosts. There's no spirits anymore. It's kind of sad almost. Not really, but... Okay. Another T-shaped hallway. This is just fucking insane. So that's a dead end. Down here, what is behind this? Another T-shaped fucking hallway. Alright, so this is basically the exact same situation as we had over here. I think? I'm so confused. I'm already confused, even with the map. Okay, so I think we have a situation like that. And then, at the end of the hallway down to the right, there's an intersecting hallway. We We haven't had that spirit here since 1969. I guess he does kind of sound like he's PNing when he sings that. Fucking Hotel California. This reminds you of Kingsfield music? I can see it. It has some Kingsfield feel in the way that it's so focused on exploring and orienting yourself. Same kind of game, really. Alright, so we could probably, this is like a pretty short before the door is here, so let's take that. We know that there is a door here, so we'll mark the door. We haven't been through it yet. Now, why don't we go down to this dead end, which is a T intersection that has a door to the right. I think that this goes to the cellar hallway or something. I kind of can't remember what that was called. I think that my scale is kind of like messed up here. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe these spaces don't necessarily make sense in relation to each other. Maybe they just like don't necessarily link up the way that we would expect them to. So we're probably gonna have to do some safe spacing, space saving measures. To fit this all together. So right now, I'm not really sure how, like, this space just like non-Euclidean or something? Let's grab that goblin from over there. Excuse me, I want that goblin. You gonna give me that? There we go. Move it over here. Like, this doesn't make any sense, really, does it? Let's just grab all of this and move it over to like make space. Because this goes to the cellar chamber, if you remember, that had like 3 rooms off of it. I always remember that that green door does always lead to the cellar like chamber that leads to the stairs here in the northwest tower, where it says 2 caverns. So before we go exploring all that, why don't we run to the other end down here and go through that door. I think that this leads to a cavern. I think that this kind of door, this like hexagonal door, leads to a cavern. Okay, I am correct in thinking that. So we have another T-shaped room. We can just duplicate and move over here. Great. So we found another cavern. Save stating? Am I? We did do some save stating in Kingsfield, I remember, because there was some there was some real bullshit in that. Alright, so that's another pentacle that we don't have yet. So we gotta get that somehow. I wonder where the entrance to that one is. Let's go down here. I guess we'll add this so that we can... Oh, this leads directly to the cellar steps. Alright. So that means that our orientation of everything on this level is not quite correct. I don't believe there's anything that is like really in the cellar steps that is like important. So I think that this means that we need to select everything down here. Do I have everything selected? Yes. We want to rotate this 90 degrees along the z-axis. Like this? Yes. Right. This is insane. This is like one of the most insane things I've ever done in my life. I can't believe I'm doing this. So I think that that cavern that we just looked into is the one that's connected to the wizard's hut, according to the map, it seems to be it's like pretty close to that. And so for shorthand, let's create a door here, rotate that along the x-axis 90 degrees, and let's just scale that up. This will just be, we're just go into edit mode and grab this guy's plane and connect that to the cellar here, the cellar door. Like that. Great. So now we know that that goes up to the cellar. This is pretty awesome. I'm having a good time making this. Goblins are extra malleable, yes. Like taffy. Alright, and so that means that this one, we need to symbolically connect that to the well over here as well. So like our scale is just completely fucked down here. With these guys, we can just grab the wizard's hut and move it like over the cavern. Like this. And then stretch that goblin down into the cavern. Like that. So that we know that these are connected. Whoa, not rendered. We want material preview. Thank you very much. Okay, slowly starting to make sense of all this insanity. They train up malleability on the goblin device. Yeah, it's secondary purpose. Make them more taffy-like. They probably spend a lot of time in a taffy puller as well. I should have asked Mage to draw that when he was accepting requests. I think that probably, in order to save space and make this a little bit more accurate, we could like tighten things up a bit. Because I'm getting the feeling that maybe this door is going to connect to this passage. Let's do a quick check. Because we'll be able to identify that cavern by its flower. So let's go down this way. Turn left. Oh, no. We want to go into this door here. Now we'll turn right. I think this is a cavern. Go in here. No. I'm completely lost now. So we're gonna turn around, retrace our steps, get back to the hallway with the door in it. Where am I? Oh, I didn't go through the door. I made assumptions. Let's try turning at 90-degree angles. So we're back in this hallway now. How about we try going through this door, which I'm pretty sure this leads to the cellar corridor, which is a very large room. So why don't we duplicate this hallway, put this here, and make it bigger. Whoops. Ended up on completely the wrong level, but that's okay. Yeah, the way that this is all fitting together is not making any sense. I think I might need to shorten this like a bit. Because the length, like being accurate to the length of these hallways is like not really the important part, I feel like. It's just like making sure that we have the shape and the direction more accurately recorded. So it's fine. And if stuff doesn't line up, we can always just like stretch the doorway symbols to... How did that happen? Be accurate. that. Yeah, see, I mean, this is just not gonna be accurate at all. It's just insanity. So maybe we will have to move this over a little bit to make things a little more normal. Okay, great. So for the time being, this works. It's not exactly pretty. I don't know how this happened. How these things got like elevated. Kind of weird. No. You know, if you make one wrong keystroke in Blender, it can really ruin everything sometimes. Be careful. So currently we're here in the cellar corridor. I'm pretty sure that there's another door that's right here, and there's also doors on the other side of the chamber. There's 3 of them. And I think that they all lead to torture rooms of various types. I don't know if there was anything in any of those. So, what the fuck? I think there's an Easter egg. If you go to the mouse hole, you can offer it a happy meal and it'll stop bothering you. How can you offer it a happy meal? Like, when you get cheese, you just have it. I don't know. This weather is making me malleable too. Is it hot there? It's pretty hot here, again, as well, today. Alright, so this is the wine cellar. I mean, like, we haven't really found anything in this room. Stretch and hydrate, thank you, Ellie. You go to McDonald's and you order a Happy Meal and hope it's cool toy in the box. Otherwise he'll get mad. Oh, I see. There you go. Got the wet awoo. I'll stretch a little bit too, thank you. The Amsterdam special. Hey Lily. No, there's no LED burn-in. This is a map that I'm making of the entire game of Castle Master in 3D. That's what we're doing. Alright, we should drink a little wine. It is empty. Glug glug glug. Glug glug glug. Glug glug glug. Alright, we got some of our strength back. Today I learned OBS captures the LCD burn-in. That would be pretty cool. Interesting feature. Alright, so... Torture chamber with an Iron Maiden in it. I don't know if there's anything we can do in this room. Like, it sure doesn't seem like there's anything of interest in here. Like, nothing seems to be around. If we crawl, there's like nothing we can really see under the bench, I don't think. I like how this game, it almost feels like you are a tank or something. Just the awkward clunkiness of it. So those are passable, these doors are passable. Let's go in here. Dungeon. So this is where there's like the mouse hole. We did get a hint about a mouse hole at one point, but it didn't seem to really do anything for us. So I don't really know what this room is for. Maybe just another quote-unquote spirit to destroy to increase your score? I don't know. I can't understand it myself, but we'll make rooms for each of those. So we have the wine room, the torture room, and the other torture room. Great. Now, what was over in this doorway? leads to another hallway. Alright. Oh, this is so fucking confusing. I think that because of the way that everything is laid out, I might have to like reorient everything. Well, maybe this all does make sense, because if we shorten this hallway, let's do that. Shorten this hallway. Maybe this all can make sense in the proper scale. If we grab all this, everything but the goblin linking to the above grounds, well, move it here. Maybe now we have enough space. Because I have a feeling that the left juncture of this hallway is going to lead to this corridor. I have a weird feeling. I have a feeling. Probably going to be wrong though, because how can you trust anything in this fucked up catacombs? Right. I feel like I am like going crazy making this map. Alright, first, let's test my theory. Is there any cheese here? We saw some cheese before. I want to see what's down here. Down at the end, there's a door that goes to the right, which leads to a hallway. Leads to a T-shaped hallway. No. I think this is a completely different place. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright. Oh my god. I don't want to get too disoriented and lose place. You are preparing the HD remake of Castle Master. I mean, I wish. It would be cool if there was like a modern version of this game. Like a Unity version with like horrible normal mapping on everything. This is just insane. I can't believe the layout of this shit is like the most insane shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay, I think we need to make an entire new layer. Or maybe the scale is so messed up that what can we even do? This is just insanity, the way that this place is laid out. We need another 2 hallways. We duplicate this. Take it over here. Rotate Z. Hold on. Normal maps for all these gray corridors. Yes. I mean, like, you put like brick texture or something with like horrible normal mapping. Just for the sake of making everything like kind of make sense. Just like duplicate this. Rotate it. And scale it. We know that it goes down to here. Right. Now, down here, we have a door here. We also have a door here. And we have a door here. So, let's start making sense of things. Should we make Castle Master in Godot full with 4K texture? I mean, it would be a fun project to do. Just remake it or make like a game of this variety in Godot. You could just keep all the dithering, but like make all the dithering be like normal maps. That could be fun. Where am I standing right now? Alright, we're at the T-juncture that I just mapped out on the map. So I think that this is a cavern here. So why don't we go into this cavern? Yeah, this is a cavern. The cavern with the water. So... duplicate this, pull it down, rotate Z 90 degrees. This is like the most insane thing. I can't believe I'm doing this. But we have to finish this game. I like it so much. So there's a cavern here. But where does that connect to? I've got a feeling this might connect to the hot baths. I just have this feeling. By the maze brain, for the maze brain. I mean, it's like impossible that if I make a game, it will inevitably be a maze game. It's gonna have no auto map in game. You're gonna be required to do all that shit yourself. All right. So we went in there. Now what's in this door? Because we came in from over there. What's in here? This leads to another T-shaped hallway. So we want to duplicate this, move it over, rotate Z 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees, grab it, move it over, like this. Maybe we want to move it over a little bit and extend it so that it doesn't get too confusing. We don't end up thinking that it's intersecting the cavern. Oh my god. Okay, so we have a T-shaped intersection with doors at both ends. God help me. This is so fucking nutty. Let me grab the goblin. Okay. So, which one to test first? We have this door, which has a unique dithering on it. Let's go down here first and see what's behind this door. Just another hallway. Another T-shaped hallway with the cheese. We've seen this. We've been here. God help my ass. It's negative 90. Move this into place like that. We've seen this. I don't think I've mapped this out. Like, I think I came here and then I turned around and went, oh god, there's just too much. So we can see there is doors. I'm wondering if this might be one of the hallways that we saw earlier, but I just didn't see the cheese at that time. Because this seems very familiar. Because it seems very similar to this hallway, but how could it possibly be? This is like rotated 90 degrees from that, so it can't possibly be that. Alright. We came in from that, right? I'm so disoriented. Yes, that is where we came in. Alright. Let's U-turn, go straight, see what's down here. What does this connect to? A dead end. Another T-shaped hallway. How can this be real? How is this like a real fucking game? Let me look at that again. So it seems like we are at the end of a T-shaped intersection, right? Right, so we want to duplicate this. This is like, I feel like I'm overclocking my brain. to make this shit happen. This game's layout makes no sense. Why does the HUD have a spirit measure anyway? Well, that tells you how many spirits you have destroyed. And also, I think that when you are in contact with spirits, this drops. Like it goes down, or no, it goes up, and that's bad for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, so now we have found. This leads to the cavern. If you remember. Oh God, I can't even speak. I feel like I have a fever. This leads to the cavern of this. So what the fuck? What is this shit? Does this make any sense? Like, does any of this make any sense in relation to itself? Alright, let's try. We'll go over here. This leads to a long T-shaped hallway. What a surprise. Another long T-shaped hallway. With a door, U-turn, and a dead end. If I'm not mistaken, we've already been to this cavern, but I'd like to map it out anyway. Oh no, we haven't. Alright, so I believe that this is the cavern that's below the boulder. So we'll make another long T-shaped hallway. Rotate that around the Z-axis, 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees. Move it over here. And then this leads to a cavern. Was there a cavern already on this level? Yeah, we'll grab that so that we don't have to change its like Z orientation. Alright, so now we know this connects to this guy over here. Incredible. Man, I don't know if my scale is just like way off or if this really doesn't make any sense, because it really doesn't feel like it makes a whole lot of sense. Whew, boy. Alright, so maybe we need an icon for where there's a pentacle that we have not gotten yet. So why don't we put a guy here and just make a new material? How do we do that? Is there a way to make like a new material? New material, fine. We'll call it pentacle. Make it magenta, like the pentacles are. Great. So now we have a marker to tell us where pentacles that we have not yet gotten are. I think that there was one that we haven't gotten from under the wizard's hut. Let's move this over here and mark that so that we know we don't have the pentacle there yet. Great. Incredible. This would make a good short story about someone who goes mad trying to map an unmappable space in a video game. Yeah, I wonder if there's a creepypasta like that. I just realized there are blinking eyes on the UI. You mean in the windows? I think that the eyeball at the bottom also like moves around in relation to what you do. This is just nuts. Like, I can't believe the layout of this game. For true maze brains only. And even then, tread carefully. Alright. Map that. Let's go back this way. And we want to cross that chasm. And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to lead back to the cavern under the church, I believe. Eventually. Yeah, down there, I believe. Or maybe through this door. Oh, God. It feels so insane. mapping this out. Alright. This can't even... Let me... Alright, so... The T is, like... we can just stretch this to make it make more sense. To fit. I guess we don't necessarily always have to make everything, like, to perfect scale. We've already... I mean, that ship has already sailed. Doesn't matter. And... This... Seems like there is a cavern door here that... Let's turn around and see what's in this room. I think this is a cavern. I think we've already been here. And then if I'm not mistaken, this is the cavern that's under the church. So... Let's make another cavern on the map. Here, here... I can't believe this. All my life, I've never seen nothing like this. We can just duplicate this. Put it over here. This just gets more and more confusing. Alright. Can I get the bottom polygon? Yeah. We want to grab this, stretch it way over here, and then stretch it way down to that cavern, so that we know that it is connected to there. Fantastic. Whoops. It started playing an animation, but there is no animation. Alright, and we've already got the pentacle from that cavern, right? So I don't think that we have any reason to go there again. Now let's see what's down here. I think that there's nothing at the end of this corridor. Let's turn around and see what we have down here. Down here, another dithered gray door. So where are we? I think, yeah, this is a dead end right here. Can you even see my cursor? It's very dim, I guess. Shift D, duplicate this goblin door. This is so funny to me. Why? I am in hell right now, I'll have you know. Alright. We are here, but where is here? So to the left? Alright, more impossible fucking space. What is this? What in the fuck is this? We have another damn hallway. I think that because of the possibility of these colliding with each other, we're gonna have to make another tier of dungeon to connect to. Just imagine if I had tried to map this with drawings. I think that would be even worse. Some people might disagree, but I can't even imagine mapping this out with drawings. Right, so now we know that connects to this, which is another long fucking T-shaped hallway. The surprise of the century. Down at the intersection, there's this door. I wonder, have we found... Wait. Wait. Could this be? Could this be this hallway? Let's do a quick test. What's in here? If this is the cellar corridor, yes! 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 Okay, so this, we don't need this because these are connected. Yes! Happy day. Oh, I'm so happy. We finally found something that connects. Yes! The triumph. I can't even believe. We finally did it. There's something. We've mapped out a good portion of this pretty strictly, pretty straightforward. Okay. Now, on to the next unknown locations. Fuck yes. I am so fucking happy. Alright. The method pays off. How many layers of dungeon are you on? That's a Borges story? What? The labyrinth? Hey Emily. How you doing? Alright. Alright, so we want to go back into this hallway. Now, the next thing that we have not mapped out would be turn right here, go through this door. Now, there's a number of places we have not been yet. Let's go straight down this hallway to the end. And that leads to some other corridor that we have not explored yet. Hey, Ilya. What's up? Right, now where is this? This is a hallway. Okay, we've been here. We've mapped this out. This leads to the cellar stairs. Alright, great. Now where is that? What in the actual fuck is going on? Alright, cellar stairs. We are... Alright, so that connects... This is so fucked. The scale of this is just so fucked up. I can't even believe how fucked up this is. So where we are right now is... connected to here. Which makes, like, no sense. This is like... this is almost making it more confusing. But now we know. We know that that is connected to the hallway with the cellar steps in it. Which also leads back to the cavern near the wizard's hut. I'm good, I just finished watching Worms of Geddon. Did you guys have fun? Did you have fun? Who won? Who had the most wins? If I make up a Borges story, it would be the most Borges thing I can do. Why? You are solving 2 Rubik's Cubes in your mind at all times. Yes. It was a 4-way tie. How? Let's turn around. No. We want to turn... and go back in here. We want to go down this hallway. Turn right. Because I don't think that we have gone through this door yet, have we? Let's just make sure before we go. Yeah, we have been through this door, but it leads to a corridor with 2 doors that we've not been through before. Let's go through the doors in the corridor and figure out what we're in for. Okay, here's where the cheese is. I should have marked the cheese on the map. Okay, let's turn right and see what's down here. Okay, what is in this door? Cavern. This is the cavern with the flower in it, which means that that is this. So... How can this be possible though? How in the fuck? How can that be possible? Alright, so somehow, don't ask me how, this connects to... This is so fucked. I can't even believe this. This connects to this doorway over here. I don't know how, but so that means that we just have to axe this out entirely, because this is... How can that even be? It's like a completely different orientation. How can that be possible? It's like impossible. So where was that cavern? Alright. The cavern that goes to the well. Wait, I think I just confused myself. Which means that at the other end of that hallway... Oh my god. But how can this be? How? What? What the fuck? I think our mapping is broken down, you guys. Or have I just lost my mind? Is that just like what's happened? Crafty learning about wormholes. Hey Farmsteads, how's it going? I don't think the devs were thinking about it that hard. Yeah, they probably just built these like independently of one another and then just plugged them in. Like, I don't know, fuck it, just put it anywhere. Put the shit anywhere. Alright, so this is the same as this. So we did already... Alright, so basically what we need to do, yes, I see what I need to do now to make this make more sense. We do need to duplicate this. Did I already duplicate it? No. So let's move this over a little bit. Grab that. This connects somehow. Don't fucking ask me, but it connects to that. Incredible. Just fuck me up. I cannot believe how fucked up this is. Okay, so is there anything that's not been mapped out at this juncture? I don't think that I don't think there's any documented doors. So now what we need to do is get back to the cellar corridor and get the fuck out of here. Ugh, how are we gonna do that? Oh my god. Does this even have real space? Can it even be mapped? I think that the catacombs are maybe broken in terms of their orientation and stuff. The castle itself is sensible though. As far as I can tell, the castle itself makes sense. Everything works in relation to itself. It's just these caverns are designed to be like a ultimate fucking maze. Alright, so we can... Let's turn around. Go in here. I think I can get us back. This is the corridor with the cheese, correct? Yes. Now. Where are we? Let me turn. The 90-degree turn doesn't really always want to work. Alright, I have to consult the map and figure out where the fuck we are right now. Okay, so we just went through to here? Alright, yeah, so we're standing at the end of this T-shaped corridor. So we want to go to the left door. Yeah, this one. And this will take us to the cellar corridor. Oh, thank God. Wait, we actually want to turn around and go this way because the door out of the cellar is right here. Alright. Now we can leave the cellar, but the unfortunate thing that we have to do is come back almost immediately. So there's a few things that we need to do. We have to go to the wizard's hut. We're in the northwest tower right now. I think we can get to the northeast tower through this corridor. Go out. Through the door. Alright, we already did the well. We already did the well and we did the church. So we need the wizard's tower and we need the baths, I'm pretty sure. So let's go out here. Oh my God. Instead of teleporter traps, the maze itself is nonsense. I mean, it's a good way to trip people up. There's like especially some stuff like on the last level of like Wizardry 1 where it stops letting you use Duma Pick, so you have no idea where you are or what's happening. 6th. So, I mean, you could do some really evil stuff with teleporter traps because you can't orient yourself at all. It would be sick if this game had non-Euclidean geometry. I think it does. Unless I just mapped things like completely wrong, which is entirely possible because that area was completely confusing. Taking quite a while to save there. So how you guys doing? Enjoying this insane mapping. Is the game okay? Hey Monday. How's it going? Game? It's good. What did I miss? I mapped out most of the caverns in this game. I don't know what just happened though. I think the game like froze, which is really fine. We didn't actually like do much in the game itself. Here, check this shit out. I mapped all of this. The catacombs, which turned out to be just like a fucking nightmare. Catacombs, the caverns, whatever you want to say. And above grounds, mapped out the first level of the castle to some extent. Is this Blender? Yes. I think we're gonna have to do the well again. I don't know why the game is frozen on saving right now. Add this to your portfolio, Graphy. Blender! Ilya got activated. Alright, I think we're gonna have to restart the game. Restart?
Our big sister has turned into a damn crackpot.
Our sister's turned into a crackpot. Please insert volume L in any drive. What was that? I hope that doesn't bode ill for us. The one stream that didn't even get archived where that happened. That's some real obscure lore. Oh my. Alright. Yep. Castle Master. We will master this castle. You know, the castle does not look like that in the game. I think this is false advertising. Princess. I would appreciate if we could load the game from this menu. I remember that stream. I remember Ken's Labyrinth putting the poison core inside you. Poison core? I remember not even seeing you gamble. What? It's because you have limited money in that game. It was the most damage Graphy has ever taken on stream. Yes, I mean, the game was awful. The game was awful, the controls were even worse, and it was like... I remember the chat was just like a chaos that day, and people were using the soundboard thing like crazy. I was like overstimulated, and like that was just completely fucked. That was probably like the worst stream of all time. You could gamble in that game. Yeah, but I couldn't. You were like, I'll come back later. Yeah, I needed Mocha to devise a method for me. Alright, let's see. Did we save before going into the well? Let's see. I really hope that our saves didn't get like destroyed or something. I would be pretty sad about that if that was the case. 5 keys collected. Alright, so where are we? Okay, this was right before we went into the cellar. Crawl. Cellar. Cavern. Stand up. You want to look down. Turn around. Get the pentacle. Now, from here. Right, my work is gonna pay off because now I know where we need to go. I think it's down here. This way. And left. Okay, great. We're already out of the catacombs. So, now... go this way. Turn. Go. We are fucking zooming. Castle Master has never been this fast before. Are our keys like kind of glitching as I move around? Hey, you know, there was something that I was also wondering about though. We did find a placard that said something about a sneezing haystack. So why don't we try and see if we can figure something out with that real quick. Let's save. How about just to avoid overwriting saves, we'll just say new 1. Please let it save. Praying. Please come back to us. Yes, disk error. What? What? Can we overwrite? You gotta be joking. Did we hit like the limit? No. What? Alright. Corruption uncovered. Ugh. It's insane how into this game Graphite is, because it's awesome. Hey Pondwater, welcome. And Tiny Sushi, welcome, welcome. It crashed, right? So your save probably got corrupted, but we can't even save the game. We cannot save the game. We can't even save a game with a new name. How can you be expected to save a game with no name? Like, watch. New 2. Let's try and save it. We've never used that name before. And we could still load our save. Alright. I'm gonna try restarting the emulator. We'll see if that helps. We'll see if we can do it. Alright. Maybe somehow when I restarted the emulator, it like didn't, like it did something weird. Because it did say something about drive E or something when we restarted. Let's see. Please insert volume L in any drive. Yeah, what does that mean? Volume L in any drive. Insert volume L. Volume L in any drive. Like, the game boots, and we can load our game. But why can't we write, like, our saves? If we have to use save states to continue with the game, so be it. If there's save states, we can use that. We can just load our game, and then move to using save states. Non-write protected games disk. Yeah, I think that might be a... Perhaps, maybe it's full. Perhaps delete some old ones. How can you? I don't think you can delete save games. I guess it could be. It's just the floppy disk. It's not like you can store, you know, all that shit. And think about how much this game has to keep track of. You have to keep track of the player's position, how many keys they have, how many pentacles they have, what doors they've unlocked. You know, what stuff like when we move the boulder. Like, there's a lot of flags to keep track of in this game. And it might sound trivial, but when you think about a floppy disk that has this entire 3D game on it, they're files, right? So you can do it in Amiga Workbench. I don't know if I even have Workbench, honestly, because when I tried to just boot up the emulator by itself, it just showed an image of a hand holding a floppy disk that said Workbench on it. And I don't know. You have to have a disk of Workbench? Alright, let's see. We can load our game. We can do that. So we know that everything's not, like, irreparably corrupted. And if the disk was full, why wouldn't we be able to overwrite our save files? Maybe because they write a new file and then delete the old one after? Yeah, that means you need the floppy. Workbench is a good thing to have. I mean, would we be able to really do that, though? Let's just for the sake of experimenting, let's try and save 6th. Corrupted. Amiga Workbench is very cute. Yes, it is. It's a very nice little operating system. Hope this helps. Disk error. Alright, so I really don't care about fucking with I don't really care about fucking with Workbench right now, so let's see if there's save states. Paths, quick start, configurations. Okay, it does not seem that there are save states. No, state files, save states. So how do I save state? I don't see why you couldn't. What? Save state? Alright, well let's try Workbench. Let's just give it a shot. I gotta get it real quick though. So no, not Sweden and Finland. Dun, 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 ba-dum, dum, bum. Alright, let's see. Classic Amiga Workbench. UAE. No, I don't want to download the entire thing. I just want the full Workbench. I think this is it. Wow, 63 megabytes. How? How can it be so big? You'll need a valid Workbench 3.0/3.1 ADF. What? No, this is fucked. I don't know what any of this shit is. I'm not troubleshooting all this on stream. I'm not doing it. It's too much of a pain in the ass. I'm just not doing that. We're gonna just figure out how to save state. No, I'm not doing it. We're not doing troubleshooting hell on stream. That's just too fucking annoying. So let's just figure out how do we save state. Man, this is so annoying. Why did this have to happen? I can't believe that they didn't, like... They didn't anticipate that you might run out of space for the save files and figure out a way to just, like, leave space to always have when you want to overwrite a save file. That's like mind-blowing, even for the time that this game was made. So fucking dumb. Right, let's figure out how do you even save state? Display inputs? Button 32? What? Game ports panel? What is this? I just want to know how to save state. How do you fucking do it? WinUAE. Why is this so hard? Why did they make it so hard? Like, I just can't believe like how fucked up like Amiga emulation is and how confusing it is. Like, we figured out how to organize an emulator like 20 years ago, and it's still fucked in WinUAE. It's insane. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to look up WinUAE save state hotkey. See if there's one. It's like already set up. Sorry about the technical problems. I hate when this shit happens. I think WinUAE is older than 20 years. I mean, still, they could update. They could update this. Alright, it's under miscellaneous. Save state. Okay, state files. Alright, so let's just do one. Save state. Save states. File name 1. Great. Now, let's just move forward a little bit, and then let's see, can we load the state? Yes, it works. Great. We can continue with the game now. Oh man. What a nightmare. And if something comes up where there's like a problem with the save states, then at least we have the save file. We can always load it and redo anything that we already did. It's not the worst thing. It's not the end of the world. Now, we did find a placard last time that said something about a sneezing haystack. Something about finding a needle in a sneezing haystack or something like that. So let's try throwing rocks at every pile of hay and see if anything happens. Because like, I don't think we found anything in this room. I think we found like a key or something. Maybe behind one of those? No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. No, out of reach? No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. So maybe none of these hay bales has got anything in it. I wonder how reliable Amiga save states are, though. I don't know. It's our only option. PC emulators are harder to make simple because they don't have such fixed hardware configurations. There's a lot more peripherals than they like to deal with. Would you like me to link you the right workbench floppy sometime before next weekend? Well, okay, but I mean, I found something and it said that I need to have an entire configuration file and stuff. Alright, let's get our pentacle and get the fuck out of here. Go out the door, turn left. We can eat the cheese while we're here. Chomp chomp ah. I just can't believe that the developers never imagined, oh, people might use like a lot of saves in our complex adventure game with a lot of like death states. They just didn't think to like program it in to delete the old save file. Before writing the new one, or just keeping enough space open that when you overwrite a file, it will write the new file and then delete the old one. Just seems like a incredible oversight. I don't remember it being that hard to set up, but it's been a while. You're at the point where it is asking for a workbench floppy already. I don't know. I thought that I had set up like a working Amiga before, but I think that what I actually set up was Atari ST, which is a similar kind of computer. Because I remember using like the GEM, Windows programming environment or whatever. It's like something GEM for Atari ST, which is pretty cool. Are we even gonna be able to survive this fall? Let me save state again. Save state 2. Okay. Now crawl. Are we gonna survive? Yes, we survived. Let's stand up, look around, get our pentacle. There it is. Pentacle found. So that means that we can cross off of the map the pentacle below the wizard's hut. This one, we can just delete that. Now we have one that's under the boulder. And there's also the one under the... You know, we never actually ran across this one. The one with, from under the pool, that I think goes to the cavern with the water running through it, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me look at the map real quick and see where we are. I gotta orient myself. Okay, we want to go... Where... Where was the cellar main hall? Where the fuck was that? It's like the most insane thing of all time. Alright, so... We just want to turn left. No, we just want to turn right, actually. I think? Where... Yeah. Alright, but wait a second. Because there's an entire... This is not documented on our map at all. This door. Why don't we get this while we're here? This leads to a long T-shaped hallway. Or is this documented? I think that this leads to the cavern under the well. Yeah, so this is documented. It's just documented in a fucked up way. Ugh, Graphy, what have you done? You fool. This game is making me crazy. Atari ST had a cute Amiga-style interface. Yes. I like how it's like very monochrome. The Atari ST is pretty simple compared to the Amiga, I guess. Seems the complex tutorials are all about getting it installed to a hard disk, which you shouldn't need to do basic stuff like this. Ah, I see. Alright, we've gotten back to the cellar steps. We desperately need food, so why don't we take a quick detour to the larder before we go to the hot baths and climb in there. Let's go this way. We're gonna have to discover all kinds of interesting things, because I'm realizing that when we were mapping up the catacombs, we did not find the cavern that connects to the hot baths, so sure to be very interesting. Let's go this way. Now, down this hallway. I'm gonna go to the kitchen, and then through the fireplace, like for some reason. I don't know why the larder is on the other side of the fireplace, but whatever. I'm not the master of this castle just yet. Alright, let's eat whatever this is. Unlimited breadsticks. Chomp chomp ah. Chomp chomp ah. These only restore half the hit points. I wonder if the cheese is like better. Yeah, those, I think cheese restores a full hit, and these probably restore more. Whatever those little twigs were was not quite as nutritious, I guess. Right, now let's go to the hot baths, which is in the northeast tower, of course. This way. This way. Alright. We're making progress. Hot baths! Yeah, we go to the hot baths. We get out of the bath and we drink some milk. You used one as a kid. Setbacks and issues aside, how is Castle Master so far? I like it a lot, personally. I mean, it's like a... It's just a maze game. You're basically just coming to grips with like how everything is like connected in this castle, and trying to collect keys and save your twin. Hold on, I better save state before we do this, just in case. Just in case. I don't know. I like it personally a lot. I love this kind of game. All right. So now let's look around. Is this in fact, yes, this is the room that has the water running through it, and we have a placard that we've never looked at before that says, "Full strength maketh bold, but boulder maketh way." Is this a hint for the boulder? The boulder outside of the castle is like a wordplay? Like, you need to be at full strength to move the boulder. Right, now, what is that also? Out of reach. Can we possibly get up to that somehow? No effect. So we can reach that, but we can't do anything with it. Can we possibly crawl through this? Not enough room. Alright, walk. Where's the pentacle? There's no pentacle in this room at all. So is there no reason to be here? Not enough room. Can we interact with this? No effect. No effect. Alright, so... nothing. And what is this connected to anyway? Let's see. This is the T-shaped hallway that I believe leads to... back to this, the cellar corridor. So that was pointless. Let's load our game because that was completely pointless. I think we got a hint for something that we've already done. So I think that we still have not gone under the boulder. So there is one pentacle remaining there. And then maybe we want to go back to the treasury and see what it says about how many pentacles we have remaining to find. That has to be boulder wordplay. I mean, it must be, right? What the fuck? Oh, this is the door that we just came in through. Alright. We are in staircase in the northeastern tower. Now let's go outside and do the boulder. Yeah, we'll go this way. Seems to be as fast as any way to get there. I wonder, how do we get on top of the church also? I'm just thinking about that now. Do we... Have we seen any way to get up there? We found a placard that said something about, like, stepping on down from, like, a hinge or something like that, but I don't know what that meant. What in the hell did that mean? Something about hinges? Like a high hinge? I can't remember. You need to become unhinged. I mean, did it have something to do with that flag? Remember, we shot at the flag and a spirit appeared one time. But can we interact with the flagpole? We never tried to do this, I'm just realizing. It doesn't even acknowledge that I'm clicking on it. Alright, guess there's nothing to be done with that. Let's go out. Outside. To the boulder. You find a map of this game? No, I made it. Arg. Alright, so we do have... We don't have the pentacle from this room. Right, so we get it. We get pentacle. Pentacle found. Where are we now? Let's go this way. Alright, I think that this will put us, let's look at the map. We got that pentacle. Done. Now, what's the easiest way to get back to the cellar corridor from here? I think, probably... go straight... And what in the actual fuck? Alright, so straight, right, left, left, right. Oh, straight, right, left. I'll find it. I'll find it eventually. Feels like the map is like not really helped us very much. I'm getting like a natural sense for how things are oriented in the catacombs, but it's still like just such a doozy to navigate. It's very true to life. Gray blocky corridors everywhere, yes. Inescapable. This game is something else. I'll tell you what. Alright, what's through here? No, I don't think this is it. That's a cavern. Alright, this leads to the cellar corridor. This is where we need to go. This is where I want to go. While we're here, let's stop in the wine cellar and drink some wine to recover some of the strength that we lost from falling down into the caverns. And I really want to know what's up with that barrel. Like, there must be something in this room, right? Why am I not drinking? Oh. My mouse was not focused on the game. I think we can drink about 3 times before we start to take damage. Now, is there anything that happens when we shoot rocks at these barrels? It seems too significant that this one has, like, lettering on it, when the other ones don't. It seems... that's just too suspicious, right? We can't, like, do anything with any of the X's, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a little embellishment that's, like, confusing. Alright, we get back up out of the cellar now. But now what do we do? What in the hell do we even do at this point? Alright, let's make a save state. Just to make sure that we have recorded our progress. And while we're here, since why is it paused? While we're here, I think that the treasury is over here. So why don't we stop in and see how we're doing on pentacles? The vault vestibule. I'm standing inside of the pentacle thing right now. We're missing only 3 at this point. Right, there's one in junk room, there's one in display chamber, and there's one in Dragon's Hoard. We have not found a dragon. Where in the fuck could that possibly be? I don't know. Alright. Hey Mage, how's it going? Hope you were doing well today. Alright, where are we right now? We are here, in the vault vestibule. Mage! I'm using Goblin Green for the doors in this map that I'm making. Ah. Alright. So... I think that... I feel like there's... I have like a confusing picture of like how the stairs work in this what is it, the northeastern tower, but it might also be worth I just don't even know. I just don't even know where to start, man. This is so fucked up. Whoa, you're actually making a 3D map, yes. Wish I had a pot of classic Goblin Green paint. I think it would taste good. Ilya? Alright, I guess the biggest mystery for me right now is those stairs, because I was just kind of like fucking around in there, and I feel like I didn't really systematically wrong way. Systematically explore that weird ass staircase enough. Is this way? Yeah, there's this north passage. It's a lot more slender, I think, than a lot of the passages between the towers are. I think that's because on the other side, through the hot baths, there's like this staircase, and there's like this crawl space here. Crawl. We go through here. We are below staircase. We've already been up there before. Remember, we found some treasure. There was also like a placard. But where did this go to? Northeast Tower. Wait, what? Alright, so that's just below eye level when you come in here. Alright, let's go back through. Run. I want to read that placard that's at the top of the stairs here. It's like behind the next staircase. At the top of the stairs here. Yeah. Let's go through here. I want to read that placard and see what it says. A louse crawls faster, a mole crawls deeper, but a worm crawls very well. So maybe this is just a hint to crawl into the well, because it says crawls, like crawl and well, and you have to crawl to enter the well, and it seems like a lot of these placards are hints for how to find the pentacles. Maybe? I wish I had its hex code to hand or something. It's literally just default green MS Paint. This being overlaid like it's an auto map or something. If it's making the game too chaotic to look at, I can turn it off and just have it for my own reference. A pentacle per placard would certainly make sense. I feel like it could also be hints for keys too though, because we did find a placard that said something about a haystack of some kind. And we did find a key near a haystack, I believe, in the barn. It's so hard to say. This is so fucked. Oh, it's just so fucked up, man. I just can't even believe. Alright, let's take a moment to add this stuff to our map. I feel so delirious saying this. Right. Now, let's just like duplicate this and move it up. Now, we're gonna need duplicate this also, move it over, and just as shorthand, we'll just stretch this up to the next floor. And I don't really care about documenting that other passage, which like doesn't even make sense, like in the space of the castle, really. But up here, there is... I'm trying to select that. Yeah. Let's put this up here. There's a door through into this room. Let's edit this and just like knock out some of these walls. Because we don't actually, I don't know what's on the other side of that wall just yet. So let's map it. Walk through the door to floor number 2, which leads to the hospital. Which, like, we never found anything here. It just says, you are healthy. Which, like, I don't know what that means exactly. So, let's mark down. Move this over. Put this up here. Now we know that this is the hospital. I'm pretty sure that this wall probably doesn't extend so far. Like it's probably just like the ordinary L-shaped corridor outside of this room. Let's duplicate this door, put it over here so that we know where we're going. No, it's cool to see. Port the map into source so we can run around in it. My first thought was, oh no, you're gonna fall and break a leg and have to hobble back here to fix it when I saw that prompt. I was wondering if we could get poisoned by something, but we haven't really seen anything to that effect so far. Alright, so now Northeast tower, which I think that the tower here is just basically impassable, so there's no point in mapping that. Unless I want to just do an experiment, because you know this game can be a little bit tricky sometimes. It can do some stuff that is kind of ridiculous and trolling you. So what happens if we crawl? If we crawl, game? Okay, there it goes. If we crawl into this hole, all right, we just fall down. So I thought that maybe this would lead to, I don't know, something like a secret little crawl space or something, but no, it just leads to the hallway below. So we might as well just like not even bother mapping that, because it doesn't lead to anything important. All right, now we have this crusher here. Northeast tower, level 2. I guess we might as well just like put the door there. I don't know, just to have it for documentation, and duplicate this up. I just noticed the music again. It just washes over you like a wave. Amazing piece. I do like it myself personally. Alright, there's a door down there. It's like it hasn't really gotten old for me yet. Even though it's like you would think that it would get really old after a while. Maybe it is for some viewers, but I don't know. It's kind of got this like driving quality to it. It's like, yeah, I just want to keep bashing my head against this fucking maze. Alright, so let's go back into the stairwell. I want to explore this more because it's quite mysterious. Have we interacted with this? The cross? Seems like we can't really do anything with that. No effects. No effects. Let's interact with every bed just to be sure. Out of reach. Out of reach? No effect. No effect. No effect. Have we seen any kind of hints to the effect that there is something in the hospital? I don't know. Ugh. Slowly grinding against the bed. No effect. I wonder if the hospital will like restore you to a certain like threshold of like health or something like that. I'm not really sure what the function of it could be. Alright, let's go through this. Which leads to another staircase room on the 3rd floor. So let's duplicate this again. Whoops. Z. Shift D, Z, grab, put it in place. There's like yet another staircase going up, so we'll just go ahead and duplicate it as well. Move it along the x-axis like that. Alright. I got up from Rug. What's going on? We're still exploring. I mean, this session is about over. Like, so we'll have to go on to Infra pretty soon. Can't spend the entire day mapping this. I've never seen Graphite so activated. I mean, it's like, I love games like this. It's like Kingsfield with no combat, or with shooting rocks at ghosts combat. What was behind this door? Stores. Alright, so we have been in here. This is where the priest hole was, remember? We checked out the priest's little hole. No effect. No effect. So... is there anything that we can see on top of this cabinet from on top of the chair, maybe? No. We're standing on the chair. Can't see anything. Can't move? Can't move. Why? We're all selected. Alright. What in the world is happening? Are we standing between the chair and the wall? Alright. incredible things can happen in this game sometimes. Your character is so slender that you can become trapped between the chair and the wall. Look at this! We are so small and so slight that we can go between the shelf and the wall in this tiny little crack. We can fit into this and move smoothly. Just what in the world? How can this be real? This game is so funny. It's very goofy. The map is a very cool thing. Thank you. Like Kingsfield with awful combat. The combat is pretty bad, honestly, but it could be worse. Let's see. Maybe I overlooked something clicking on these like boxes. If I'm not mistaken, none of them do anything. Alright, so let's crawl through here. Priest hole. Now, what does this say? The pointed eye of heaven sees all once overlooked. Like, what does that mean? The pointed eye of heaven sees all once overlooked. Pointed eye of heaven sees all once overlooked. Like, is it talking about the steeple of the church, or I don't think there's anything we can see by looking under the desk, but I just figured I would check. There's nothing above. There's nothing on the ceiling of this room, I don't think. Okay, so we might as well go ahead and document this on our map. So we have the stores. This goes into the stores. And we also want to duplicate this. And to make sure that we have the priest hole on here. Rotate this Z90, grab X, and I guess we should put like a note. Oh my god, what in the world? It's an actual term. Interesting, is it? I thought people were joking about that. What in this game could you refer to as the pointed eye of heaven? Yeah, I was thinking of the steeple. Is this like a princess ability? Surely not. I don't know. I think that probably both characters are like just like a one-dimensional like line or something. Two-dimensional line. Maybe anyone could do that. I've never tried. Just become flat. I wish. I wish. Can't wait for the next Etrian Odyssey to have a miniature version of Blender in it for mapping like this. I'm kind of wondering if they're ever going to try and bring Etrian back on like the Switch or something. I would be into that. I love the Etrian games. And the idea that the 3DS is dead and might have just killed that series is like kind of sad to me. But I mean, who knows what it would even look like if they brought it back now. Alright, what's in here? Dead end? No. Alright, so that's the inn, I think, right there. So, we'll document this. What in the world? This doesn't make any sense. Like, the layout just makes no fucking sense whatsoever. So we're just gonna have to put like a door in the hallway and have it be like It's a hiding place for the priest. Oh. Somebody said that yesterday, but I thought they were joking. Alright, so let's... Oh my god. Duplicate this. Put it off to the side because this is like... makes absolutely no fucking sense in the space of the game. Just delete these faces. This is just ridiculous. Alright, this is the inn. Whatever that means. Like, why is the inn on the 3rd floor of the northeast tower of a castle? Like, what? Why? Why there? You would imagine it would be, like, somewhere near to, like, the entrance or something? Wouldn't you? I don't know. Let's crouch. It's crazy that this game has, like, crouching and everything. Seems so advanced. Alright. So, we can drink some alcohol while we're here to replenish some of our health and such. What ails or ails, one thing is clear. Spirits are not served in here. Spirits are not served in here. What does that mean? Oh, it's so fucking slow, man. Am I still in crawl mode? No, I'm in walk mode. I think there's just like too many polygons in this room. Your head hurts. Great, we just lost health from drinking that. Ugh. I don't suppose there's anything hidden anywhere. Oh my god. The sluggish. Let's try crouching and looking up under the bar. No, nothing. I don't know. Castle crawler. So you have a sleep halfway up. Non-Euclidean geometry? Yeah, it seems like it doesn't make any sense, really. I only ever played the first one because Protector and Medic is a broken combo, yes. I remember, isn't like Medic can use something called like Immunize or something like that? That makes you basically like, is like a broken in the code or something, so it makes you like immune to damage or something like that. And they also have something called like Caduceus or something like that, that is like a just insanely strong melee attack. Even though they're supposed to be healers. Right, we'll leave this undocumented for now, because I want to keep, I want to do like one tower at a time if we can afford to. We'll just worry about the details later. Yes, then I tried 2 and it's actually so hard I got filtered immediately. Yeah, I think I got to the second Stratum boss in original 2 and I got filtered there. But then I played 2 Untold and had a good time with it and beat the entire game. I think that if you want to play those games and you want them to be a little bit more friendly, you can try the Untold versions, the remakes, because they're pretty good. They do add a little bit of like extra stuff that I feel like is a bit excessive at times, but I think they're still a really good time. Like they add, and like it's up to you if this is like a good or a bad thing, but they add stuff like managing your own like restaurant and stuff like that to give you stuff to do outside of like the main flow of the game. And it does stuff like give you bonuses that can help you push through. I really like 2 Untold myself, for the most part. 1 Untold was like kind of a mixed bag. I played the story mode, where you have a set party, and it's like they're trying to give the game like a set story, but I don't know, I kind of wasn't super crazy about it, and it was like annoying to have pretty much no flexibility. like to change my party if I needed to. Like you can beat the game with that party, but it's like, I don't know. It was a little bit more annoying than it needed to be at times. Alright, what's up here? This goes up to the 4th floor. This is looking a lot like an integrated circuit. Yeah, I guess so. Kind of like the Chip Wizard 3D view. Naughty Knights get put in the Castle Wiggler. You had no idea how accurate you were being when you titled this stream Castle Mangler. Priest holes real. Rafi will do silicon design in Blender. Is there a reason to do that? There's like CAD programs for circuit design, right? Alright. 4th floor. Did we ever go up here? Barracks. Yeah, I remember we came in here. But we never found anything in this room. And we were never able to open this door either. So this is our first locked door that we've come across today. I don't believe that we have the key yet. Need right key. Door 2, Northeast Tower. Is there anything to find here? Can we stand on the edges of these beds and like look up on top of them? Peeking up over the edge of the bed? Well, I guess we might as well. It seems significant to me that they added a little bit of a lip for you to stand up on. So let's stand up here, look around, interact with the bed. I wonder if there's anything to do with the pillow. And there's also this. Like, there's this little knot on this bed. But it doesn't do anything. And I don't think the other beds have those. So, what is that, even? It seems too, like, significant for that to be nothing. Throwing a rock at it didn't do anything, though. And, interacting with it didn't do anything either. So, I don't know. Out of reach. No effects. I don't know. Maybe this is just an empty room. Could be. But who knows? Nothing to be done with that, post. I don't know. Alright, well, let's add the barracks to our map. Just delete that base. We'll add a door from the level below. If the game will let me select one. Yeah, not the game, Blender. The Caduceus is a staff with wings associated with medicine. Okay, that makes sense then. If that's the medic's, like, big melee skill. Alright, so now we've encountered our first situation where we're going to need a door that is locked. So we're going to make a new material that is locked. I'm going to change that to red. And remove this material. So that will be red. We'll also put a label here so that we remember that the barracks was here. Great. So, I wonder if we've discovered any way to get into the 4th floor of this, like, part just yet. We did a fair amount of mapping. We still have a little bit of time before we need to switch over to, infra for the day. I guess I should say, oh, there's KiCad. You want stuff like Cadence Virtuoso, what? Cat programs? How was the story? I was worried it would be boring. I mean, it was okay. The story was okay. I wasn't like super nuts about it, but it was pretty entertaining. And I mean, the story in Etrian Odyssey games is usually like nothing in the first place, right? It's like the bare minimum of story, which is, you know, kind of in the spirit of dungeon crawling kind of games, right? So, I mean, that was fine with me personally. But if you want some more story and like characters and stuff, it's, you know, it's kind of interesting. The characters are kind of cute. All right, let's save state here so that we don't get killed by the pushing wall. The restaurant stuff in story is great, and every time you get a new recipe, you get a cutscene of the characters trying out the food and talking about it. Oh, because I wasn't playing on story mode in that game, so I guess I didn't get that. Man. The main character's gimmick in Untold 2 story mode rules. Yeah, I heard that he's quite overpowered. And a lot of guides recommend that if you want to make your own party mode, that you beat the main story first so that you can use his class in the freeform mode. Oh, for PCBs. I was thinking manual semiconductor layout. I don't know anything about that. Okay, so we're on the second floor. This is the North Passage, going over to Northwest Tower, level 2. I've already been here before. Let's just document all of this. I know it's very, very exciting for everyone. There's this hallway leading to... Let's just take this as like a blank slate. And move it over here. I just pressed F. I don't think it did anything though. Sometimes if you press the wrong key in Blender, you like get this sort of cold sweat feeling. Like you don't know if you just like duplicated all the vertexes of like the object and like split them and like did something bizarre with them, like reversed all their normals or something like that. It'd be kind of a nerve-wracking moment. Curing room. Alright, so we still don't really know what this room is for. But did we ever open this cabinet? No effect. You seriously can't open that? Just making sure there's not like a 1 pixel gap we can like fit through. There's the rabbit that we can't seem to do anything with because our character just goes or whatever when we try to interact with it. Let's try it. Can we eat this fish? Chomp chomp ah. Well, I mean we gained health. I'm assuming that if we touch that we will get burned. Arg! Yeah, we just lost the health that we gained from that fish, which is, I guess, fine, really. That's fondue. Fondue? Mon Dieu. You push the permanently corrupt model hotkey. What? Oh yeah, in Blender. Yeah, Ilya knows what I'm talking about. Graphi Shunjun IO era. I mean, I do want to play that game. I wonder if I maybe could stream that on the server or something. Enormous sword, yes. They're very large, aren't they? I don't know who could wield these. Hi Cerebro, also, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Alright, so over here, we have the curing room, the Keurig room, and also have the barracks. So let's put like a divider between these two rooms. And we can grab the text from down here, take it up. What is this room called? Armory. So we'll want to label that as well. armory. And probably put some doors. Great. Now, what can we do in this room? Like, this seems like a useless room. There's the Ukraine shield. That's where this game takes place. No effect. Can't use that in the slightest. No effect. Fireplace. No effect. No effect at all. No effect with the axe. No effect using the dagger. Can we... No effect using the crossed spears? Shields? No effect. Bow? No effect. You won't believe it, but there was no effect. Dieu et mon droit. What? I don't know what that means. I will try to wield it. I would like to see this. You in armor. If we didn't already confirm British, yes. Hello, Captain Sheepy. And Gastorito Ling. I don't know. I just have no idea how to say your name. Is this an old school CRPG? Not really. It's more of an adventure game where you're exploring a gigantic castle. So... Alright, I mean, both of those rooms seem pointless. And we have the hole that goes down to the first floor, which we of course don't need. Where does this go to? Where does this go? Library. Alright, so we have this. Enshrined above that which is the goal of alchemy. So I think that that's either the pentacle or the key that is in the treasure room, which we still don't know how to get in there. Like in the display room, I think it's called. It's in one of the other towers. I think maybe the southeast tower. So let's document this. 3D Shadowgate before Shadowgate 64. Yeah, I think I said that yesterday at some point. It does remind me a bit of Shadowgate 64, which is good because I like that game quite a bit. Wait, we should not do that. Not that face, this one. Alright, move this over. And we can adjust this and this face. Grab those along the x-axis. What an ordeal. Wait. Oh. We want that to be in place. So... duplicate this. And... armory. Library, yeah. Library, yes. I can spell, don't worry. Let's change the text material to something that's like a little bit more visible. No. It's like bright blue. It's not exactly more visible. White? No. Red? That's fine. Red is probably good. The Marie Curie room. Alright. Great. Castle RPG. Certainly a unique game. There's not too many games like this out there. And there is a sequel, you guys. Just imagine all the fun that we could have making more maps for this game. An even more advanced story and layout. So, I mean, we've already tried interacting with all these books, and it didn't seem like there was anything in any of these books, as far as I can tell. We didn't get any keys or anything like that, so... I think that over time, I'll start to uncover places that we haven't been before, now that we are mapping things out pretty dutifully? What is it? Vigilantly? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's the words. Let's duplicate this passage up and over. So this is the west passage that goes to the southwest tower. I think that this will just lead to the corridor that leads above the Great Hall, and that only leads to the ledge that is above the guardhouse. So I'm not really sure that there's much of a reason to come here, but we might as well just to make sure there's not anything we overlooked. Turn this way. We've already been this way. It just goes to the Great Hall. Yeah, I am like 99% sure that there is nothing here that we like super duper need. So let's just turn around. We should probably just map that out just for the hell of it. Let's Shift D, Z, grab this wall and move it over. Alright, and then we might want to... It's not really worth it to like document the exact orientation of the rooms, I guess. I don't really care. Just duplicate all of these so that we know where the doors are in the case that we really need to use them. Okay, Z90. Grab this, duplicate it, up. Great. Oh my god. Castlemaster 2 also has a DOS version, but it doesn't have the music loop in that version. Yeah, it seems like the Amiga version is the best of like of the Castlemaster games usually, because the others don't have music and they seem way slower. So are you the Castle Master in this game, or is there like a villain who is the master of the castle? Well, we saw a dragon. We saw a dragon who kidnapped our twin brother at the beginning of the game. So I guess the dragon is the Castle Master, or maybe the dragon is working for some other guy. I don't know. We'll find out. We're just exploring, trying to get our sibling back.
Crapple Master.
Hey, you take that back, but thank you for the bits. Hi, Doro. How you doing? I like the glowing torches. They remind me of those fake electric candle lanterns that just pulse red light, yeah. Just like the cheapest way to depict like a torch.
Sorry, I meant Castle Crashers.
No, not that either. You will be punished. You're trying to rescue the other one you don't choose at the start. From a dragon that may be at the top? Yeah. I'm not really sure what the whole deal with that is. Alright, let's go this way. Let's go back to the northeastern stairwell. We're gonna have to end pretty soon, but I'd like to at least like cap off some of this. Before we finish. Ah! It's so scary. Go back through the hospital to the stairwell. Let's check out the third floor and see what we can see. Excuse me? Ugh. Turn around through the staircase. Back up a little bit, turn. It's like, we're moving a little too much because we're in run mode. That's okay though. Right, third floor. Now, let's see what we can see. Stores. So we turn here, and this leads to where the inn is, and the passage to the other towers. Alright, so since we were just documenting the northwestern tower, why don't we No, not crawl. I was trying to shift left. I turned too much. We'll look at this. Go down here. Alright, Northwest Tower. Alright, so there's some stuff we have not opened here. And some passages we've not been through. Christ. What in the world? Let's just duplicate this, grab it. Pull it over here. Grab it down. Alright. We might need to rotate this. Yeah, to suit that. Alright. Angely 29. Wait, what is the number for Angely? Angely 21 learning. What? I'm the castle master. Yeah, it's Gridra at the top of the castle. So, there's this door, and this seems to lead to the junk room. But why can't we open it? Like, there seems to be... Like, there's this placard here, and when we throw a rock at it, it makes a sound. But nothing that we can interact with. Like, we can't interact with it in any way. So I'm not really sure. We can kind of see. We can see the door, like through this little sliver of crack here. But how do we open it? Maybe it has to be opened from inside or something. I'm not really sure. We don't have any item we can use. We have no items, nothing. Can't do anything with it. Just the door to the junk room. So let's mark that on the map as being a impassable door. Don't really know what we're gonna do about that one, but it seems like that's one of our biggest leads right now, is something to do with the junk room. There's also the treasure room right here. Whoops, didn't mean to rotate it like that. Rotate Z90. Alright. Now, further down the hallway, there's one of these, like, barriers that seems to be a one-way passage. We have the display chamber. So, let's mark this down on our map. There's like a... How do we even denote like that one-way passage? Maybe like edit this and just grab this here. Make it like a ramp. That works, I think. It's a one-way passage, but we still don't know about... Maybe we should make it red, just to like differentiate it. Like the text color. I need to put another one of those here. Alright. And we also have, there's like a pentacle in here. So we want to make the material of this be pentacle, because there is a pentacle and a bunch of treasure in this room. And I think this is called the display chamber. So let's put the text here to make sure that we remember that this is the display room. This display is fine. Now we probably want to mark down that this is the junk room as well. Gao! Fearsome and ferocious. So there's a hole in the roof of the display chamber, but we don't know how to get to the 4th floor above this room. So why don't we just go ahead and mark that there is a vertical like exit to this room, but we don't know where. Like we have no idea where in the fuck that even is. Absolutely no fucking clue. Goes up to somewhere, God knows where. Love this kind of shit though. I'm still having a good time with this game. This is pretty time consuming and we haven't really made like any progress today, but we got some pentacles, that's something. It's not nothing. And you know, that's probably enough Castle Master. We just hit 3 hours and I kind of need to pee, so alright, let's save our game here. Really gotta hope that we our save states like work between like runs of this game. Alright. Well, I know you'll be sad to hear it go, but it's gonna be the end of that music for now. And I'll mark my position on the map. Here, let me just bring this up to full opacity so we can really appreciate how much of this shit we mapped out today. It's absolutely ridiculous. Alright, so I think we're on the 3rd floor in this passageway. We will make a new object to denote our last saved position. Thank you to everybody who stayed and watched this. I know it's not exactly the most exciting thing in the world, but I want to finish this game personally, and it's about the only way that I'm going to make it happen. So let's scale this up, make it like an arrow, extrude Y, make it like that. So this is our last position. We'll make a new material. Saved position, and we'll put this on, what do you say, yellow? Right, yellow. Rid of the other material. Alright, great. Well, we mapped out a sizable amount of the castle. I think that we are completely done with the catacombs. Unless we need to do something with that hole that is high up on the wall in the room with the water in it that's connected to the hot baths. Which I still don't know what that is. I don't know what that is or where it connects to. I got no fucking idea. This is awesome, honestly. Thank you. I had a good time making this. It seems like overkill, but what happens if we set this to rendered modes? Let's add a sun. What happens if we add that? The sun. Even give it shadows. It kind of looks like ass, honestly. But whatever. Great. I mean, that just does not look good. Let's put it back to material preview because that makes it a little bit more clear. I think we should probably change this like base material. Change this a little bit darker. Makes it a little bit easier to distinguish, maybe. Oh my. Nisei Rain, hello, welcome. Did you start this map on yesterday's stream or is it all today? This is all today. You know, just we're kind of having to like work backwards practically because I just I wasn't mapping anything yesterday. I was like overconfident in my my mapping abilities, my mental mapping abilities, so I think that my biggest hunch for what we need to be doing, I'm sure that there must be some door or something that I overlooked and forgot to come back to, because I remember there was on the floor above this, in the southwestern tower, there was the ball court. And we've been on the 4th floor because I remember we were on a floor above the ball court on the southwestern tower. If I've not completely lost my mind, I remember there was a ball court there. I don't know what it connected to or where we could get from there, but we've never been to the 3rd floor southwest tower. So we need to get there, because if we can get to the 3rd floor southwest tower, I'm assuming that we can get into a hallway to get down to the northwest tower and get onto the other side of that little ramp that leads over here. And also, if we need to find some way into the 4th floor northwest tower as well, because then we can get into the display room and get all that treasure. So I don't know, we'll figure it out somehow. Maybe could happen. But anyway, that's enough of this for now. I had that. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. Well, yeah, and then we'll play Infra. Get into some Infra. So hang tight. I guess I'll put on some music while I'm BRBing as well. I do have my browser open. You can just enjoy a little bit of tunes for the moment. I like Priest Hole. It's a pretty good name for a room. It's an art stream. Already quite masterful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. She will be resting in the rest room. Yes. Rest in piss. User was banned for this message. I wouldn't ban you for that. Come on. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes, you guys. Hang tight until then we'll go on to Infra. Born to drink, forced to piss. Yeah, I have been drained. Oh my. Whoa. I just saw this cool drawing of like a wolf girl on my timeline. She's got cool boobs. Whoa. Yeah. All right. Now we will switching to infra now. How are you guys doing? Show us the wolf. No. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I'm looking at the Discord right now because I want to. Yes. Some Garage Bad Dream Adventure fan art by Laura K. Cool. Oh, there's something that Laika made. Yes! Laika, are you there? This is really good. Yeah. Is it okay if I show this on the stream? I like it. Oh, I just turned off the music when I closed my browser. Sure. Thank you very much. Laika made this. How did you make this in Blender so fast? Thrilling nuclear power plant adventures. You Link, don't cry. Oh my god. Just look at my likes if you want to see it on Twitter. It's there. It didn't come out as I wanted. What's wrong with it? I think it's awesome. I love it. It's not actually 3D? Oh, it's not? Wait, why did it just disappear? Weird. Maybe it just stopped playing. It was set to like one shot. Thank you either way. Let's change the category and the infra. Are you excited? We actually got a good flashlight, remember? Remember last stream? I'm so mad about that. I'm pissed. We gotta change the flower layout, of course. Let's get the game open. Infra. Play.